Ahoy mateys, and welcome back to Screamingpirate EDC. Today we have a very special Plunder plank. This knife is the, I guess, sophomore album, as it were, for probably the most anticipated knife of the year and probably the biggest splash in the knife community. We're taking a look at a knife from Winter Blade Co. This is the Mirage. Now, the Mirage is the very first ever magnet-assisted folding knife. Best way I can put this to you guys is you don't want to have the knife up or anything like that. If you have it level, you see how it pops out? There you go. Takes a little getting used to, but you have it that way. If you kind of tilt it out, if you let gravity help you a little bit, guys, it's gonna just kind of roll right out. It's very smooth. Do not think of it as an assist like you get on a Kershaw that there's a spring. It kind of just glides out, guys. It's super cool. I'm super excited to check it out. And hopefully you guys are too. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and take a little bit closer look at the Mirage. Now, once again, this is a magnet-assisted folder. Okay, guys. So you pull back on this button here, right? And that helps you deploy. So if it is open and you pull, you see how it drops there? So what you can do, you give a little wrist. See how that just kind of swung shut? There you go. You can also, flick it or roll it open. You have a layered, either going to be G10 or carbon fiber, depending on which one you pick, under the titanium here, which is super cool. There is also a really nice, and I really like this, you get a super thick stainless steel back here, okay? And there are 3 stop pins. So this thing is actually pretty damn robust. Kind of cool. Not really expected from a knife this small. I mean, you're looking at just under 3 inches. And your blade length, guys, your actual cutting edge is like 2.75. So very neat. Your overall 7 inches, nice, compact package. And you're coming in at 3.3 ounces, guys. So very, very cool. Now, before I get into any size comparisons, as far as the drop, it is going to be November 16th. Every single model is going to be $360, okay guys? $360, that's the price. Every model, 16th. Now, before we even do size comparisons again, I hate to sit and break that up, guys. Let's talk about what I got from Brian. These are going to be your options, okay? So first up, you have a sandblasted titanium, black carbon fiber inlays, and a satin blade, just like this one, okay? Next up, you have a sandblasted titanium, so just like this, black carbon fiber liners and your inlays, okay? So it looks just like this, but you have a black coated blade. After that, you have a black coated titanium scales, white G10 liners and inlays, and a black coated blade. So very, very cool. And then finally, you have a black stonewash handle, lime green G10 liners and inlays, and a stone washed blade. So very, very cool. Once again, all the options, $360 on the 16th. Got all that out of the way, guys? Let's do some size comparisons, because last time I talked to Brian, there are 7 of these in the wild. He has 1, I have 1, so there's only 5 others. I'm gonna guess that you haven't seen some of these size comparisons, and you guys are gonna wanna see these because this is a damn cool knife. So let's go and start with the obvious. Let's go ahead and bring it up next to the Factor. So the Factor is the, first ever production knife out of Winter Blade Co. Did the review earlier this year. Want you guys to see these next to each other. Okay. After that, I'm gonna grab one that I figured what's funky and cool. We knife Pleroma, guys. So this is an Isham design. When you guys see those next to each other, very, very cool. After that, what is the drop point that I think is probably the most popular drop point knife right now, Benchmade Bug Out. There you go, guys. After that, let's go ahead and grab a personal favorite of mine. This is the TRM Neutron with tie scales. So the tie Neutron, okay? Very similar, actually more similar than I thought they were gonna be. After that, let's go ahead and grab another designer knife from my good friend, Joseph Vero. This is, oh gosh, I think it's the Synapse, guys, the Synapse. There you go, very similar, very, very similar. And then finally, let's go ahead and grab another very cool drop point style knife. This is from Matthew Ware. This is the Lucas P. Now, guys, some of these knives I'm comparing because they are right at the same price point. The tie Neutron, $350, okay? The Ware Lucas P, they were like $325, all right? So, I mean, all of these are right around that price point, and I want you to see something that is in a similar price point, also a drop point blade. Now, with that being said, guys, once again, I'm grabbing my paper. I do apologize. One thing I wanted to see really quick. What is my behind the edge? He doesn't tell me. So, that calls for calipers. Because, guys, I care. It's flat grind. I want to know. Plus, I'm nosy. All right, so not that thin. I'll be honest with you guys. We're looking at about 0.5, 0.4 millimeters. It's still gonna slice, okay? Like, it's still very slicey, but thicker than a hollow grind, obviously. But let's go ahead and talk about it from the top with the ergonomics. So, large glove. If I put 2 fingers here, 2 fingers back here, cradles perfectly, guys. Now, I don't have much room, you know, left on the knife. And let me double check. No lanyard, which I don't mind. You know, lanyards are kind of hit and miss on some knives, but if you are larger than a large glove, it might be a touch small and you might have your pinky hanging off the back. After that, deployment. This is where the knife gets fun. So, because there's no, you know, frame or liner lock, I mean, you can roll it open, you can reverse flick, you can thumb flick, or you can use the button. Oh, see, I told you guys, it takes some getting used to. And allow that magnet to just assist in opening. And it's super cool, guys. Because there's nothing for your finger to rest on, left-handed, right-handed, it doesn't matter. It's super cool. Now, I will go ahead and tell you this. The clip is not reversible, okay, lefties? So you are gonna have to deal with it being a right-handed clip, but it is going to be very easy for you to open. Fantastic, I love it. Another thing that he doesn't mention that I noticed on this knife, guys, on the Factor, something that I wasn't a super fan of, but it's a personal thing. You have his, you know, blade steel and name there. Well, because you get this full nice, you know, steel backspacer, it's on the backspacer, guys. I thought that was super cool. I really like that. Kind of gives me Laconico feels, which I always love those knives. After that, guys, chamfering. Chamfering on this is next level, like next level chamfering. Best Tech really knocked it out of the park with the chamfering. There is not a single spot anywhere. Like, I cannot feel anything that is not rounded where it's supposed to be rounded. It's kind of fantastic. I kind of love it. Talking about that, guys, there's no jimping. Zero jimping on the knife. None, zero zip. But I feel like with how this is contoured here, my hand doesn't really feel like it's gonna move. It feels secure. I don't have a problem with it. Torque spit sizes, guys. These are the torque spits that are in my Amazon affiliate store, the exact ones that I use all the time. So let's go ahead. I have a T8. That is my pivot. Haha. And that is not my body screws. Ooh-hoo-hoo. So let me go ahead and grab a T6. It's harder than you think, guys. All right, T6 everywhere else. So the whole reason why this is difficult, guys, and I want to show you this because I think this might make you laugh. There's my bit. Okay, because the magnets are sitting right in there. So be careful with your bits around the knife, okay, guys? After that, we're looking at a full flat grind like I mentioned earlier, and we have, I guess, like a drop point, spear point kind of thing. I would call it a drop point, guys. In and out of the pocket, I'm not even going to show that, guys, because there is nothing for it to snag on at all. It's right there. It's nice and clean. All right, guys, so specs, size comparisons, kind of the general feel of the knife are all out of the way. What do I think? I think that this is a worthy successor to the Factor. I really do. You know, the Factor is a knife that I still carry, I still love fidgeting with, and I love opening and closing. This is a bit more robust. You know, it really feels that way. It's really tight whenever you like open it up. Like, guys, that blade can't move. It takes some getting used to. I'm gonna let you know that. So if you do get one, don't be surprised if it takes a little use. It is assisted, but you can't just, like this took me a bit, right, guys? That doesn't work. Because you're literally just basically releasing a magnet, and it's that force of the magnet that's basically releasing from the other one that's allowing you to propel that knife. If you hold it level, okay? If you hold it down, you let gravity help. If you are out to the side, okay? All of those work wonderfully, beautifully done. And it's smooth. It's a lot smoother than I can even describe. You don't get the same sound that I loved in the Factor, but it is super smooth. Let me go ahead and get that up to the mic for you guys. So you hear how there's like no friction, there's no nothing. It's just, everyone says that Chris Reeve feels like glass. This actually feels like glass on glass, guys. Like, it's so smooth. It's just so beautifully, no friction, so well done. I really do like it. I'm gushing. It's obvious. This is a Plunder. I love Brian's stuff. I think it's super unique. I love what it's doing to the knife community. It's making change happen. And it's just bringing about, you know, something super cool. I also love that his knives also have this massive fidget factor. You know, guys, that's something I love in my lives. I can just roll that open, flick it shut. Yeah. It's a fun knife. It's fun to open and close. It's really fun to use. I mentioned the slicing. I didn't do any. Here's some cardboard, guys. It cuts. So 0.5 behind the edge, millimeters, it's fine, okay? But yeah, guys, 100% a Plunder from me. So happy Brian would send this out to me. I just like it. I like everything about it. It took some getting used to on that magnet assist because it is so different. But hopefully this was informative to you guys. I know it was a whole lot of gushing from me, but hopefully this helped you a little bit. Hopefully you can pick one up on the 16th, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right, so let me go ahead and grab T6 because I think that's the body screw, and that's more difficult than I thought it would be. There's a magnet in the body